Hello and welcome back everyone to my YouTube channel. Today I will be recapping my round 2 game in the Dewain Barber National Tournament of Middle School Champions. Now going into this game I am at 1 out of 1, and the second round I am playing a 22-42 rated player, which means time to get some rating points. Now earlier before the game I knew that he played 93 because I prepped for him, and he plays bishop b5 this close to silly. Now I was prepping a lot of stuff with g6, like with takes. I prepped f4, which is what he played in the game. I also did some stuff on d3, bishop e3, queen d2, and knight f3 in short castles, or maybe even long castles. I had someone play long castle against me in one game. But he played f4, and I had an idea going to this game, which is to go b5. Now, to go b5 and c4. Now, why do I want to do this? Is because, let's just say if I make like bishop e3, and this happened, I have an open b file. I can get queen a5, rook d8, knight g4. My play is very easy on the queen side, and white's plan will be to try and break through on the king side and just checkmate me. So I have to try something on the queen side. Now after queen e1, I ended up rejecting c4 and just scrapping that plan altogether, because after c4, I thought after this, and queen h4, I felt my position was not like solid enough to defend his f5 stuff, and rook b8 is a little bit too slow because he can just go f5. Now, I was wrong. The engine says it's totally fine, and I think it is. I could just go queen a5, takes, and like, worst case scenario, I can always use my queen to defend, and I have stuff with bishop a6, or bishop e6 actually, and then knight g4. Same plan. I should have just stuck with my guns, I should have just trusted myself, but I didn't, and I thought I needed to play forcing moves like b4. So I played b4, and the whole point is I force his knight back, and I go a5. And the reason why I want to go a5 is it opens up bishop a6 and c4. Let's just make like a few random moves real quick. I got c4, takes. It's like my dream setup. I'm attacking the rook. If the rook moves, I can maybe go c5. I can also go queen b6, the idea of going rook d8. And I like this clump, and I can just try and advance it forward on the queen side. But unfortunately, after a5, I ended up missing this move, 95, which a computer considers an accuracy, which I still, again, don't know why. But I think this is a good move because it attacks my c6 pawn, and most importantly, his knight will go to c4, and now my plan of, like, advancing my queenside pawns, unfortunately, cannot be played because it's a little bit too slow. And, like, he just stopped, like, he's very active here, and queen h4, f5, like, it's gonna come kind of quick. Now, after 95, I win knight g4. He cannot take on c6 because I have queen c7, and I have the wooden shield on e5. I have the bishop here. I have c4. I should be slightly better, like the computer said. Now, he goes knight c4. Apparently, according to the engine, it wants him to go knight f3, in which I would go c4, and like it's like +1 or something like that, which is kind of absurd because I kind of like this position for me. It's not too bad. I can get e6. Like, I kind of like this position. Long story short. Now, after knight c4, I went bishop e6 with a plan in mind that after queen e2, I would take on c4. Now, after take on c4, he can take my bishop, or he can take my knight. If he takes my knight, I had bishop a6, and I thought I had c4, and which I do, and with bishop d4, I can at least equalize. Now, he didn't do that. He took on c4 my bishop, which I did this. And now the whole point of queen d4 check and f5 is I reinforce my knight at f5, and I'm ready to come in with rook d8. He goes e5, which according to the computer is not the best move. According to the computer, he should have done e takes f5, and after gf, h3, knight f6, and bishop e3. And I thought I had 94 in this position, but I just completely forgot that after all this, he has bishop takes c5, he is up a pawn, he is hitting this, and I don't really have anything with my bishop. Like, my position is very weak, and slowly but surely, he will consolidate and win this endgame. Now, he didn't see that, and neither did I. He went e5, closing in my bishop, with like maybe the same idea of going h3 and bishop e3, but I had a free move to do whatever I want, and I stopped him from going h3 by going rook a d8. Now my whole counterplay plan is to try and build my pieces on the d file. He will be trying to develop his pieces maybe get his rooks in the center and just try and target my weaknesses over here and get into a good endgame. Now, after rook a d8, the reason why it stops h3 is because I have queen takes d1. And after rook d1, there is no bug in the system. My knight is over there. Queen d1, knight f2, king g1, knight takes c1. I am up a piece, and I should be winning this game. Now, unfortunately, that didn't happen. He went 93. He saw it very quickly. Practically blitzed out this move. And here, I'm thinking, I thought for like 20 minutes here, and I was contemplating certain ideas. I was thinking, should I take on e3, and after bishop e3, queen b2, but bishop c5, maybe this is not so good. He's targeting his pawns, queen f3, queen c6. After 93, maybe he has maybe I have queen e4, but maybe it's too slow. He has b3 or rook e1. And eventually, after thinking for like 20 minutes, I end up finding what I thought was a decent plan, but according to the computer, it's not very good. I went rook d7 to just, try and pile up pressure on the d file, like triple stack on the d file. But after takes, and bishop e3, apparently white is actually like quite a bit better, like +1. Because of this, he's attacking my rook, he's attacking c5, he's starting to come in with the queen, and his pawns here, he can defend it with rook fc1. And I think I'm just losing. I'll be down a pawn. He'll get this. He'll get these two. I'll maybe get this. And he'll have a passed pawn, and he should win the game. Now, he did do this, but he went rook b1, which wastes a move protecting the pawn, and which I thought was actually the best move here. And I thought I had to go rook fd8. And rook fd8 to triple stack on the d file. My counterplays on the d file. He cannot take on g4 now because I have queen c4, I have bishop e5, I'm targeting the rook, I'm targeting the pawn. I should be doing pretty good here. Now, he goes bishop e3, I go queen e4, pinning him. He still cannot take on g4, so he has to waste a move protecting the bishop. Now he can take on g4, and I defend my pawn with h5. Now, this position is a hard position to play for both sides. I think white is slightly better, simply due to the fact that he has queen f2, bishop d5. But maybe if I bring my queen out, like, I'll have rook d2. My plan also here was e6, bishop f8. The computer says he should go king g1. I think just like a waiting move to like get loofed in case of like stuff trading off. He can just come out here. And I'll have to go like queen f5. Again, this is a very dank variation. I don't blame either of us for not seeing this. And I especially don't blame him for the move he plays now. I probably would have done the same thing. The move he played here was bishop takes c5. And this is an inaccurate move. It's an inaccuracy because it gives me the initiative and the momentum here in the position. Because after takes, rook d2, I now have my rook on the second rank. I am targeting his pawns. I'm starting to trade. And if he trades, I like this position very much for me. And let's just say he goes like rook fe1. I trade. Rook d1 check, bishop to g1. I can go rook b1, I can go rook a1, probably like rook a1, and I should be doing pretty good here. I'll probably play for the win. And after all this, rook d2, I don't blame him again for the move he plays now, which is bishop takes e7. Again, it's very hard to find a move here. I think, the best move is to do this and rook c1, which is not an intuitive move to play because you don't want to be defending, especially like my rook is over here, and I would probably go like e6 and g5. Again, I didn't calculate the stuff then, but he played bishop e7, rook e2, and all this, and in this position, he is up a pawn, but white has a lot of problems in the position. And, white is borderline losing here. And the reason why is because I have c5 and rook a2, that's my threat, and I'll force his b-pawn down the board. His king cannot come to stop the b-pawn, it's too far away. Plus, it has back rank issues itself. If h3, g3, and let's say if g3, I have bishop f8, bishop c5, and I should be doing pretty good here. Now, also one more thing, his only source of counterplay is with this e-pawn, but my king can easily stop the e-pawn, and he would have no counterplay left. And as you'll see later, I easily blockade the e-pawn, I have bishop c3 and rook a2, and after rook d1, he's trying to come in, it makes sense, trying to get counterplay for the rooks. He offers me a draw, which I don't accept, because I'm pretty sure I'm better here. I'm definitely better. I have c5, rook a2. And here I find like a move that almost just ends the game. It's bishop d4. Now the reason why this move's so strong is because I have c5, rook a2 once again. I can just bring my king up and now h4, g3, h4, h3. Like, I have so many ideas. Like, the problem is, like, I'm threatening c5, rook a2, like I said before. The bishop's, like, off play. The rook has no counterplay anymore. The king has back rank issues. The pawn is easily stopped. Like, there's so many problems, all for the cost of one pawn. One measly pawn, which I will get back very soon. Like, right now. He plays c5. Credits to him, he finds a good plan, because after it takes bishop d8, his idea is trying to go bishop f6, and if I'm not careful, I could get mated on d8. It's actually a pretty nice mate. But I find a nice move here. I could take on a2, but after bishop f6, like bishop e7, this should be pretty good. But I find a much more cleaner move in my opinion, which is bishop d4, just stopping his rook again from coming through here. I have like c5 now, and I have rook a2. I'll have the two connected, and I should be winning the game. No, by the time he gets wolf for his king, it's too little too late because I have the move rook a1, which just seals the game on the spot because we were forced to trade rooks. And although it's even material, I have two connected, easily ready to go down, especially this b pawn. And his passed pawn is stopped. He cannot create another one. It's just easily winning now. After f5 in this position, I could have won b3, and after f6, I forgot that I could take the pawn, funnily enough. But still fine here. Like, I have g takes f5. The position's pretty straightforward. I win his pawn. I shoulder his king. I make a new queen. I cut him off, and sooner or later, I get checkmate on the board. And now I beat someone who is 200 points higher than me. So obviously, I was very happy. I'm at 2 out of 2 here. And I know I'll get like a much more tougher opponent. Spoiler alert, I will get another tougher opponent in the next recap. Yeah, my next video will be me recapping my round 3 game against my opponent. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, you can hit that subscribe button if you want. And yeah, goodbye everyone.